No more COVID variants. Yes or no? That is one wish I have. Second wish. What is your second wish? Global level per the Ukraine and the Russia war should stop. What if it does not stop? The consequences will hit you and me very hard. We will be jobless. It may escalate to become a World War III. What if Russia attacks the nuclear plant at Ukraine? I hope all of you understand the consequences of all this. So in our prayers, we have to pray that God give them wisdom that stop these stupid things. Yes or no? Do you even think about the small little children who have lost parents? They would be wounded, but they don't have hospitals to go. How would they be living? If you consider them, aren't our lives blessed? Today you woke up with no problem. There was food on the table, yes or no? You had a nice air conditioning, you had a vehicle to travel. How many people get this privileges in the world today? So let's have a heart of gratitude. Would you agree with that? And I think so. It's when we talk about leadership, it's all about that. Anyways, for those of you who don't know me, this is my tagline. This is the way I live my life. I believe that we all start. No, but only few of us finish unforgettable. How do we finish unforgettable? That's a topic that we can talk for many hours. But the first input I want to give all of you is: are you doing something that will help you finish strong? Like Sir said, my start was very ordinary. I can't even say ordinary. It was even below ordinary. But does my past define my future? Yes or no? No. What defines my future? My thoughts. Choices, that's a good word, beta. My thoughts. Right? And my name is Anand Bhatnagar, and I prefer that you call me Anand, or maybe if you call me Sir, there is a fine of 100 rupees, and I'll call you auntie or I'll call you uncle. Right? Maybe that will hurt you more than jokes. This is what my tagline is. Like my friend Chetan, we know each other for the last about 20 years. That time I was Anand Bhatnagar. But today, I'm not sure how this happened, but the world knows me as AB. Or AB is not Anand Bhatnagar. AB no matlab tha always believing. So I believe on a few things. I hope you also have some belief statements. I believe that tomorrow will be better than today. I believe that the worst is over and the best is yet to come. I believe that I may not know what my tomorrow holds, but I definitely know who holds my tomorrow. I believe that God is in control. I believe that I'm a child of God. I did not come from monkeys. So I believe on a few things, just to share a couple of points. I've been working for almost 30 years now. તમારી કદાચ biological age એનથી ઓછી હશે. So I've lost a lot of hair. I was just sharing. Once upon a time, તારા જેવા I had a lot of hair, but all that is gone. Working for companies such as Max New York Life, I worked in HCL, and currently I work for Reliance. You know Reliance? What do you know about Reliance? Refinery, Geo, all of that, right? So there is nothing that we use in a day that is not Reliance. Except air, except the energy that we get from sun, except the water that we get from natural resources or reservoirs, including your currency notes. आपको पता है currency note बनती कैसे? कागज से नहीं बनती, ना तो cotton से बनती है. So that's Reliance. It touches the lives of 1.3 billion Indians every day, every hour of the day. And I feel honored and privileged to work in the head office in Navi Mumbai, in the corporate office, get a chance to learn from so many leaders who have created an amazing institution. So I've been with Reliance for 10 years now. That's a long time. Nowadays, youngsters don't work more than 10 months in a company, right? So they change jobs very frequently. That's right, wrong, I do not know. And I do a lot of things. I'm also a TEDx speaker. Do you know TED Talks? Right? So you can look up my name on YouTube, you'll find a few videos. But I believe that whatever I am today, I don't deserve anything. I've got blessings that I don't deserve. But I am what I am, and I will be what I will be because of the three pillars of my life. Number one, the prayers of my parents. My father passed away 8 months and 3 days before, but I know that he's praying for me up from heaven. And one of the things I would want to tell all youngsters, you are a product, a result of the prayers of your parents and your grandparents. Agree, disagree? But do you go and say thank you to them for their prayers? Seldom. Very seldom. Please make sure that you express your love, your gratitude to them, because as you are becoming younger, they are becoming elder. I don't like the word older. And one of the things COVID has taught me that breath in your nostrils, don't take it for granted. Life is very fragile. It's there one moment, gone next. So after my father passed away, I still have deep regrets in my life that maybe I did not talk to him, speak to him as much as he wanted me to speak to him. There would be times he would call me and I would be in office and I would cut his phone. And now when I cut anyone's phone, it really hurts me and I say that I should not be doing it. So I send a message saying that, sorry, I can't talk, I'll call you later. Please don't cut your parents' call. Now I want to talk to him, but I'll have to go to heaven to talk to him. Yes or no? Please communicate. Do we communicate? We don't. And as young boys and girls, please don't be angry. आज बहुत बड़ा लोगों को एक challenge है, which is temperament. Yes or no? I don't know why today's youngsters, they are very short-tempered. I don't know why. Not that we are not, but I am what I am because of the prayers of my parents. My mother is in Baroda. She stays at Fatehganj. Any one of you goes to 7 malls, 7 C's, 7 malls, 7 C's, so not sure. 7 C's, 7 C's. So our home is exactly behind that. She has 6 master's degrees from 6 countries. She is an Ivy League graduate. My father was also an Ivy League graduate. And mummy हमेशा एक वस्तु सीखवी है. All of you understand Gujarati? Okay. So she always taught us that degree is just a piece of paper. Education gets reflected in your behavior. Look at our behaviors today. In a crowded event, if you see a lady, do you give the chair to her? If you see an elderly person, do we give chairs to that person today? No way, because we are all into the mobile phone. Behaviors is what makes leaders. It's not positions. One of my most respected Indians, you may agree or disagree, is Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Now, I'm sure we remember him and respect him as the President of India or as a human being. One of my favorite sports person is Sachin Tendulkar, Roger Federer. I'm sure you know that name. We respect him for their behavior, not the records. They have a fantastic record, that's a different matter. But the reverence, the respect that we have for them comes from their behavior, their conduct. And I think so if you can learn a few things, it helps. Yeah. And I am what I am because of the unconditional support that I get from my wife. Her name is Smriti. Next month we complete 27 years of marriage. And for all of you who are in a relationship and in the future you will get into a relationship, my question is, are you celebrating relationships or are you tolerating relationships? That's a tough question. So very important that we celebrate each other. No one is perfect. I am not perfect. Neither you are perfect. So let's celebrate our differences. Let's appreciate God for giving us people in our lives who have different strengths than ours. But do we acknowledge that? We want people to think like us. We want people to talk like us. We want people to eat like us. Right? And if there are people who have different preferences, we generally don't gel along with them. Yeah. And I am what I am because of my daughter. Her name is Natasha. She would be about your age, and she studies in the US. And so that's my family. That is what makes me what I am. And you will see this introduction everywhere. You can find a lot of videos of mine on YouTube. You will never find me introducing myself with my designation. You will never find me introducing myself with my company. And I go to speak at a lot of places. Even yesterday, I had the privilege to speak at a reputed university. The initial flyers માં એ લોકોએ મારું designation અને company મેં કીધું કે request please don't include that. My question is, are you coming to listen to a designation or are you coming to listen to a person who has learned a few things in life by making a lot of mistakes? I think so we need to change that thought process. So how many of you can say that I am blessed? Are you blessed?
Yes.
If you are blessed, then why do you curse? We curse people, yes? Joyless Tanay. Are you happy? How many of you are happy? Then why do you get angry? नाक पर लेने चलिए छात्र साहब. I travel in GSRTC Volvo a lot. ખાલી પેલું સીટ રિક્લાઇન ઓછી કરો વધારે કરો એમાં તો લોકોનાથી સુરતી નીકળી જાય છે. Experience that? Go to an airport. The flight is late and people start shouting at that person at the counter. એની સાથે shouting કરવાથી કે flight જલ્દી આવવાની છે. Have you seen how we drive? Baroda is still good, but it is getting bad. Maybe people from Surat are migrating to Baroda. Maybe from Ahmedabad people are coming to Baroda. તમે toll tax જોયું છે? It has to be a straight line, but it becomes a V. What's wrong with us? આટલો ગુસ્સો કેમ છે? કેમ કે આપણો ખોરાક ખરાબ થઈ ગયો છે. What you eat is what you are. I believe that. What you see is what you are. I believe that. What are we seeing? All violent things. Right? How many of you watch Tom and Jerry anymore? Great, I also watch it, sir. It is amazing, yes or no? But they watch all nonsense on Netflix. Please stop Netflix. If you want to do something in life, stay away from social media. I was just telling him, he's my friend's son. He was wondering, how do I do 600 plus courses in 2 years? No Netflix. मैं हमारे जीवन में कोई सीरियल नहीं जोई. Maybe 40 years से कि वो थिएटर में नहीं गया. I don't have time to watch stupid things. I need to build my career. I was teaching him 2 words as we were driving here. Intensity and consistency. બે word याद रखो. Intensity and in whatever you do. And I was giving him the example of Virat Kohli, one of my favorite sports person of the current era. I'm sure you know his records and you know his achievements. 70 international hundreds. Not a joke. Yes or no? Intensity. Right. And so yeah, so that is what I am. This is my vision. The reason I come to Yuvalay and I've been coming here for many years is only this thing. The reason I get up in the morning is only this thing. I don't work for money. money is a byproduct. ₹2 ઓછા કમાવશો, ₹2 વધારે કમાવશો, it does not make much of a difference at the end of the day. At the end of the day, what makes, in my opinion, is where are you heading? What's your goal in life? What's your vision in life? Leaders have a vision. Agree, disagree? હું તમારા ઘરે આવું, if you invite me, મને ચા બહુ ગમે છે, so મેડમે મારા માટે હંમેશા ચા બનાવીને મોકલે, so I just have a cup of tea if you serve me. Will I see your vision board in your room? If I come to your home, will I see your family mission statement? And I invite you to come to Ahmedabad. My family is in Ahmedabad. The first thing you see in my house is the family mission statement. एक परिवार के तौर पर हम क्या करना चाहते हैं, हम कहाँ जाना चाहते हैं, आपका लाइफ का मिशन स्टेटमेंट क्या है? And I think so these are fundamentals to build leadership and understanding of leadership. That's what I think. You may agree, disagree. What's your purpose statement? Why do you go to study? તમે students also, so why do you study? You may be doing some job. Why do you do whatever you are doing? Purpose શું છે? Is it to earn money? I'm not saying it's a not good purpose, but it's a chotu sa purpose. I need to scale it up. Right? And whatever I do, I should be able to honor God because I don't deserve anything. It is His grace, His mercy that makes me what I am. Right? So that's a bit about me. And okay, so what do you want to learn today? I have તમને દેખાતું નથી. I have about 520 slides that I have prepared for this series. And all of those are on fundamentals of leadership. So એક દિવસમાં પૂરું થવાનું નથી. Hopefully we'll have a series. Hopefully not on Zoom but in person. And જો આપની પાસે time હોય, the next session we will do it will be on, I think so, in the second week of April, around that time. We will share with you the dates as and when we agree on that. Okay, so before I move forward, તમારી expectations શું છે? So I'm just trying to pull up a concept, એના પર આપણે build કરીશું, is a concept called a leadership sheet. So before I do all that, what is your expectation from this session? Ji sir.
What qualities leader should have?
Okay, so we look at it. Absolutely, we will look at that. What qualities should a leader have? You know it. Am I going to tell you something which is rocket science? What is rocket science? Rocket science is rocket science. Right? So it is not complicated. What I am going to tell you, બધું જ તમે જાણો જ છો. But જે જાણો છો, શું કરો છો? How do you bridge that gap? One word.
Practicing it.
Discipline. એ કયા બજારમાં મળે છે? બિગ બજારમાં મળે છે? And if you don't have discipline, the session starts at 10 o'clock. You will never find me starting at 10:01. That's discipline. And જે તમે જાણો છો, you know me that unless there is something out of my control, like a huge traffic jam or whatever it is, I don't think so in my professional life of over 30 years, I would have been late anywhere even 3 times. That's discipline. That's discipline. Leaders are disciplined. And then everything falls from there, comes out from there. It's a byproduct of it. That is what I believe. So we will definitely talk about traits of leadership. We will also talk about challenges of leadership. We will also talk about the myths of leadership. ઘણા લોકો કહે છે કે હું હજુ પોઝિશન પર પહોંચ્યો નથી. I am not there as yet. So one of the major myths of leadership is its position. Leadership has got nothing to do with the kursi on which you are sitting. It's all about a choice that you are making. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about the 5 levels of leadership. We'll talk about 21 laws of leadership. It's a pretty exhaustive. This can become a certification course for some of you college students, right? And so it's pretty extensive, pretty exhaustive. So Maria, जी सर પછી એક્ઝામ લઈશું, right? એક્ઝામ જીવન લેશે તમારું. Many of you will become husbands in the future. Many of you will become wives in the future. Many of you would be husbands today and wives today. Many of you would have children. Do your children consider to you be a good leader? You have friends, yes? તમે પાસે group હશે. Do people in your group consider you to be a leader? Yeah, so we'll talk about that. There is a lot that we will talk about. What else? તમારી expectation છે? Just for me to structure my thoughts. How to lead? Okay. So practice માં કઈ રીતે લાવવાનું? One word, discipline. So, and also be willing to make mistakes. We all make mistakes. When you make mistakes, put your hand on your heart and say sorry. But sorry બોલાય છે? શું વચ્ચે આવી જાય છે? આટલી નાની ઉંમરમાં ઈગો હોય તો મોટા થઈને શું કરશો? હજી તો કશું કર્યું નથી લાઈફમાં, છતાં બી આટલો ઈગો છે. Do you see ego overflowing everywhere? And I wonder, for what? For what? And I get to work with one of the most influential persons in the world, the chairman of a Fortune 100 company. I have never seen him shouting, screaming, howling. Why do we shout? Leaders manage to regulate their emotions. The word is regulate. Yeah. Okay, great. We'll talk about it. Any other expectations?
How to control anger?
Ji, sir?
How to control our anger?
Very difficult. Very difficult. It's like holding a hot coal in your hand. It damages you more than anyone else. Structured way of feedback. Yeah, we'll look at. That's a very good point. How do we seek feedback? On the 1st of August every year, I send emails to people who I know. I send a message in the WhatsApp groups that I have, and I seek feedback. I've been doing it for the last 20 plus years. Many of them in the room would be getting that WhatsApp message or an email from it. So you seek feedback. So it's like a mirror they show, and be willing to work on it. I even ask feedback from my daughter. How many of you are married? Try asking a feedback from your wife and ensure that you don't react. Ensure that you don't defend yourself.
Nowadays, defending is not option.
Pardon?
Nowadays, defending is not option. Only listening is the option.
Only listening is. Do we listen to understand or do we listen to reply? આપણે સમજવા માટે સાંભળીએ છીએ કે ઉત્તર આપવા માટે? Yeah, so we'll look at that. So any expectations from the girls? Jibril.
To understand whether myself, whether I can be a good leader in future.
So we'll look at that. That's a good point because I believe reading starts with self. If I'm not able to read myself, how will I read anyone else? So good point. We will definitely talk about it. What else?
How to define my vision for myself.
So how do we create our own visions? It's not there in the content, but yeah, we can work on that. What is the vision statement? મારે ક્યાં જવું છે? Mission statement? કઈ રીતે જઈશ? Purpose statement? કેમ જવું છે? And I think so it all starts with why. For me. So, okay, so talking about leadership shield, think about this statement. What are your two leadership skills? Please remember it has got nothing to do with position. If you're breathing oxygen, anyone in this room not breathing oxygen? જો તમે શ્વાસ લઈ રહ્યા છો તો તમે લીડર છો. So what do you think are your top two leadership skills? That's how we start knowing myself, right? So am I?
I know you, sir. You know me too by name. My
Correct.
name is Anand.
I know, but what would be Aparajita's leadership skill?
So compassion
Could be, absolutely.
and truthful.
So compassion and truthfulness. Do you think having compassion and being truthful makes us a good leader? Absolutely. So great one. Very, very nice. Anyone else?
Calmness in difficult situations, is that a skill or not?
Absolutely. Look at Mahendra Singh Dhoni. What is the legacy he is leaving behind for CSK as he hands over the leadership to Ravindra Jadeja? Have you ever seen Mahendra Singh Dhoni shouting, screaming, howling, abusing? How do you remain calm when it is tough? So that's a good point. That's a very good point. So I would want you to think about it. Anji,
So, controlling our own mind, it's a big
Yeah.
stage.
how difficult is that? Isn't it?
Yeah, it is difficult, but
But you are able to do it. Okay, fantastic. Right? So if I want to learn how do I control my mind and my thoughts, now you have someone in this room who is able to do it. So let's network within this room. मैं जो कर सकता हूँ शायद आप नहीं कर सकते, जो आप कर सकते हो शायद मैं नहीं कर सकता, बट हम एक दूसरे के पास से सीखते नहीं हैं. Agree, disagree? Right? So let's connect. Let's make sure that we learn from each other and think about these two. There is no right and wrong answer. You may be a person who is driven by performance. Nothing wrong with that. But I just cannot be driving performance at the cost of people. That becomes a very autocratic way of leading. Yes or no? Let me look at it. Look at the second question. Your work could be your studies. Your work could be a job. Your work could be anything. જે તમે અત્યારે કરી રહ્યા છો. What do you think you like about your work? Ashish would say, I love to play with technology.
To find solutions.
Fantastic. That's a very good answer. To find solutions. That's a super answer. Right? So how do you find solutions? If one of you is struggling with problem solving, reach out to him. કે તમે કઈ રીતે solution શોધો છો? That's a wonderful point. That's a one, and the world needs people who can solve problems. Agree or disagree? What else do you like about? I hope there is something that you like about.
Influencing people's life by helping with them health because I'm a medical student.
Very nice. Fantastic. So influencing, that's a great word. And leadership is influence. The entire series gets over here. All 520 slides and more, I don't know how many slides are there. All of them drilled down to one word. That word is what he just said. It is influence. क्या आप किसी को influence कर सकते हैं? हम नहीं करते, हम दादागिरी करते हैं. मैनेजर बनोगे, लीडर बनोगे, ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस में पोजीशन पर आ जाओगे तो दादागिरी करते हैं ना. मैंने 30 साल नौकरी करी है तो आई नो व्हाट आई एम सेइंग, एंड आप में से जो नौकरी कर रही हो यू वुड नो. So you can influence by 3 ways. What are the 3 ways you can influence? MBA students, masters should know this.
Influenced by your actions,
Okay?
by motivating someone, your thoughts, speech.
Very fair. Thank you for your answers. The three ways we influence people is I influence people basis by position. But that is it long lasting? It it will only be limited while I am there as a person holding that position. Yes, sir.
Example.
As an example, that's a fantastic point. Role model. So very good. That's a very good example, right? So I can lead by position. I can lead by expertise. You may be the best person who understands, or the person who understands technology the best. You may be a medical expert. So you can influence by your domain expertise. Agree, disagree? And the third, which I believe is the most sustainable, is when you lead by what Sir said, by example, or to put a broader word to it, when we lead from relationships. Are we building relationships? We don't. We only have transactions. कॉर्पोरेट वर्ल्ड में आप जाएंगे तो वहां पर सिर्फ ट्रांजैक्शंस होते हैं. डीप मीनिंगफुल रिलेशनशिप्स बनते नहीं. इसलिए एक इंसान एक नौकरी छोड़ के दूसरी नौकरी में जाता है तो उसके प्रीवियस कलीग्स कितनी बार उनके साथ कांटेक्ट करते हैं. एक डिपार्टमेंट से दूसरे डिपार्टमेंट में ट्रांसफर होती है तो कितने लोग संपर्क में बने रहते हैं. राइट. सो रिलेशनशिप्स I feel is the way you influence, and that influence will remain slightly longer as against influencing by position. We'll talk about it, but thank you for that word. Influence, leadership is influence. Next question. I can talk about this forever types. What are your two core values? Like compassion could be a part of your value as well. Truthfulness could be a part of your value as well. What are your core values? What is something that you can kill for and get killed for? You will not ever compromise. I'll give you an example. There was this marathon race that happened recently. I'm forgetting the name of that person. Now, this person was leading the race, marathon 42 kilometers, and he was there. He was leading by a long margin. But last few steps, he got confused. And he thought the race is over. So he relaxed. But the race was not yet over. Because of marking and all that, they were confused. So the person who was following him, who was in the second position, he could have just walked past him and on the goal. Next, it's an Olympic goal. But what he does, he goes to that person, puts his hand on his shoulder and says, Aju baki chhe, finish your race. And the media people were asked him, why did you give up your goal? He said, do you think I deserve it? And I love what he said next. So what would my mother think of me when she knows that I want like this? So am I a person who puts integrity over victory? Or do I want to win at all costs? Unfortunately, all we have done, boys and girls, you are growing up in an age and stage of life where you have to win. Do what you want to do, but you have to win. That's core value. He says, I don't deserve to win. He deserves to win. You please, આપણે આવું કરીશું. That's core value. Now you see the Sachin Tendulkar arguing, shouting, spitting on umpire. And I think so, DRS Sachin Tendulkar with the time of he would have ended up with about 150 centuries. Maybe 100,000 runs. Yes or no? Especially that West Indian umpire. Uh, I forgot his name. What was his name? Always he would give him. Uh, those decisions are like नानू बच्चू भी बोले भैया out नहीं. So what are your core values? What do you stand for? That's how you influence. Integrity, truthfulness. So in the future, Aparajita should be known as a person who stands for truthfulness, no matter what. Are you with me? दिमाग में कुछ thoughts आ रहे हैं आपके? Yes, no? I love the energy in this room. Yes or no?
Yes.
That is a cooked up answer. Anyway, last one. What are your recent successes? And my follow-up question, be ready for that. How do you define success? My friend Bilal got a job. Success? Yes. So what is success for you and what is one of your recent successes? Think about it as I pull up something else for you. It would be nice if you can share.
Success is overcoming the fear.
Fantastic, beta. Very nice. Super. Super. Very good. Very nice. Success is overcoming the fear. Fear of?
Fear of anything.
Okay. Fear of anything. Right? So we should not fear. Yeah, success is overcoming fear. Yes.
Success is something by which you are getting satisfied. The work which you are doing, you are getting satisfied with it. And you are proud of yourself for completing that work. No matter if you have really won the competition or something, but success is something like you yourself are getting satisfied with your work.
Great answer. Very nice. So think about when was the last time you got that feeling. Think about it. That's a good answer. Very nice.
Someone pursue your goal.
Fantastic. Very good. So when you are pursuing something, कोई चीज को आप चेस कर रहे हो और जब वो माहौल थोड़ा सा डिफिकल्ट होता है और उस डिफिकल्ट माहौल में हम गिव अप नहीं करते हैं, लगे रहते हैं एंड अल्टीमेटली जब वो चीज हम प्राप्त करते हैं तो व्हाट शी सेज वी गेट अ सेंस ऑफ satisfaction. Maybe a better word would be a sense of fulfillment. Yeah? So think about those words. For me, success is like what he said, pursuit, something that you are chasing, and what you are chasing is a progressive realization of a worthy goal. Important word मेरे लिए progressive. We progressively move the goalpost. I don't know, थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा अंग्रेजी हो गया है ना. गुजराती में कही रीते कहवाय या हिंदी में कैसे बोलेंगे? Progressively pursuing something which is a worthy goal, not कोई छोटा मोटा goal, but something which is worthy of chasing. और उसको आप you raise the bar every time. आप satisfied नहीं होते. As an example, research ये कहती है. Okay, let me ask you something before I do that. How many graduates here? Okay, research says, and we can check it out in this room, 83% of graduate students do not read a book cover to cover after graduation. 83%. It's not 100%. A majority of us stop reading after. Now, if I tell Bilal कि भैया पढ़ाई कर, सर नौकरी लग गई है, टाइम नहीं मिलता है. हमारा MS, he is a MSW student, and मैं वहाँ पर कॉलेज में गया था and कुछ बच्चे थे वो थोड़े एक्साइटेड हो गए, सर हमको आपके पास से सीखना है. एक हमने व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप बनाया, मैंने वहाँ पर ग्रुप में एक बुक पोस्ट करी, मैं बोला इतने दिन में इस बुक का रिव्यू करना है. मैसेज आता है कि सर एग्जाम्स आ रही है, अभी नहीं कर सकते. That was the first and the last book that I shared on that group. You can ask him. So that is my. उसके बाद हो सकता है मैंने एक आध दो मैसेज वो ग्रुप में डाले हो, but I lost it. You need to manage your priorities in life. Very difficult. Very, very, very. Ask him. वो बुक के बाद मैंने दूसरी कोई बुक उस ग्रुप में पोस्ट नहीं करी. And he is also a part of one more group जिसमें हम 3 लोग हैं. वहां पर भी मैंने कुछ चीज डाली थी. Again, I'm giving examples because हम करना बहुत कुछ चाहते हैं बट हमारे लाइफ में डिसिप्लिन नहीं है टाइम को मैनेज करने की, प्रायोरिटीज को मैनेज नहीं कर सकते. कई लोग मुझे पूछते हैं आप इतना सारा कैसे कर सकते हो. आई सेड मेरे पास कोई एक्स्ट्रा ऑर्डिनरी टाइम नहीं है, मेरे पास भी 1440 मिनट है दिन में, बट आई एम एबल टू मैनेज माई अटेंशन बेटर देन मोस्ट. आई एम एबल टू से नो टू डिस्ट्रैक्शंस better than most. Yes.
Finding out the priorities and the distractions in our everyday life is very
Different. So, how many of you agree with what she just said? मेरी लाइफ की प्रायोरिटी क्या है उसको मैं कैसे ढूंढूं और मेरे लाइफ के डिस्ट्रैक्शंस क्या है उसको मैं कैसे ढूंढूं. For me, I have been able to do that, and I'll be happy to help you if you need help, but I can only guide you. कई लोग बोलते हैं ना कि आप घोड़े को तालाब तक ले जा सकते हो फिर पानी उसको पीना. सुना है आपने? बट मेरी सोच थोड़ी सी अलग है. मैं ये सोचता हूँ उस घोड़े में इतनी प्यास बढ़ाओ कि वो खुद पानी ढूंढे. तो मैं वो प्यास बढ़ाने का काम करता हूँ. That is what Yuvalay does. That is why I just love what Patel Sahab does. लीडरशिप प्यास बढ़ाने की चीज है. बट किसी में प्यास बढ़ाओ कैसे? घर मम्मी पापा ने करके दिया हुआ है, गाड़ी मम्मी पापा ने लेके दी हुई है, हम सबके पेरेंट्स के पास इनफ पैसा है कि खाना तो मिल ही जाएगा. उसको बीपीएल लाइफ कहते हैं ना. अपना वजूद बनाइए, अपने आप डिस्ट्रैक्शंस पता चलेंगे. And I'll give you some more inputs if you want. Definitely, I don't get distracted. I'm a very focused person. I'm a very disciplined person. मैं कई बार ऊंची आवाज में बोलता हूँ, आप मुझे टेम्प्ट भी नहीं कर सकते हो. I think so. I have reached that stage in my life. I don't get tempted by anything that people get tempted by in the world. Because I'm very clear about my values and very clear about what I want to do. इनफैक्ट आप मेरी वाइफ से पूछिए तो शी विल टेल यू कि अगर मैं आज मर गया तो मेरे कब्र पे उसको क्या लिखना है, दैट स्टेटमेंट भी मैं उसको लिख के दे चुका हूं. बट आई डोंट नो वेदर आई लिव टुमारो और नॉट. बट आई ऑलवेज फील प्राउड दैट आई हैव लिव्ड अ लाइफ दैट आज अगर मैं मर गया माय फैमिली विल बी वेरी प्राउड ऑफ मी. एंड इट इज कुछ लोग होंगे जिनके आंख में आंसू आएंगे. वो दौलत मैंने कमाई है, पैसे मैंने नहीं कमाए. एंड इतनी तो गारंटी कि कुछ लोग मेरी वाइफ को मेरी मम्मी को मिलने आएंगे छुट्टी लेके. वो मिलकत है सब मेरी. आई डोंट चेज मनी. आई लिव अ लाइफ ऑफ वैल्यूज. सो दैट हेल्प्स मी से नो. You can ask him, Chetan. We are friends for 20 years. I have worked in sales for 20 years. We have been together, never compromised on values, even for a single sales call. Yes, sir.
You have earlier taught us decision making, and I remember I talked to the people on one hand 5 business values, on the other hand 5 goals, and I was recently talking to a businessman or an entrepreneur doing very well, and he wanted to grow, and he asked me a question: how much should that? I said, look at what are your values. So that's where he was very happy. One of his strong values was being honest. And if he wanted to take a big business, there was no other way corruption. He said, sorry, I will not do it. This way I will not do it. Now that's so helps so much in terms of this clarity of values and goals. This is
Gives you clarity.
Yeah, so easy. I was very happy. I said, you know, thanks.
We can do a session on values. We can do a session on decision making. Leaders make decisions based upon emotions or informed decisions. Informed decisions. और हम लोग कैसे लेते हैं? भावनात्मक हो जाते हैं और फिर डिसीजन लेते हैं. Leaders भावनात्मक होकर lead decisions नहीं लेते. We will look at it, right? So we will work on that. For sure, I will help you to the best that I can. Question: how is leadership different from managing? Are they one and the same? And ये clarity मुझे 15-20 साल काम करने के बाद आई है. And I'm teaching you while you are still around 20 something in your age group. I hope you remember this. मुझे किसी ने सिखाया नहीं था. The next few slides is a result of lot of study, a lot of research, and a lot of scars on my body. You know scars, चोट लगती है तो निशान रह जाते हैं. So I have learned in my life through a lot of scars. बोलो वो करी छे, बढ़िया छे, भाग्यू छे. That's how you learn. So इसमें इन दोनों में फर्क क्या होता है? Are they the same? Are they two different people? No. No.
It is the same thing, but the viewpoint is different.
Correct. Such as?
Such as leadership is something delegating the work to your fellow workers. In management is something we are the fellow workers and we have to manage and coordinate with each other to reach a goal.
Thank you so much. Delegation versus coordination. Good, very nice. So one of the first inputs that I want to give you is these are two different skill sets. They are not two different people. ये दो अलग लोग नहीं हैं. ये दो अलग skill sets. तो मेरे पास और आपके पास होनी चाहिए. First point, अगर आप leadership की बात करते हो, तो that role which I may be playing, we are both managers and we are leaders. So what's the first point? As a छोटा सा place. That is where coordination comes. अगर आप coordination की word को ही build up करिए, तो leadership will be more about collaboration. Yeah, but can I collaborate without coordinating? No. But can I just coordinate and not collaborate? Could be. Right? So it is short range. तो आप जब सोचते हो, तो आप long range का सोचते हो या short range का सोचते हो? जैसे मैं हर बार लोगों को कहता हूँ, बट मेरा कोई सुनता नहीं है, वो बात अलग है, राइट? वी आर ऑल फेस्ड विद टू रिस्क्स. हम सब के सामने दो रिस्क है, बहुत बड़े रिस्क है. क्या है? ध्यान से सुनो. पहला रिस्क, डाइंग टू सून. दूसरा रिस्क, लिविंग टू लॉन्ग. सोचना मैंने क्या बोला आपसे. कौन सी दो रिस्क के साथ? बहुत जल्दी मर जाऊं या बहुत लंबा जीव? Do you think decision making will be different? Absolutely. Investment decisions will be different? Absolutely. But do we think like that? How many people wear a helmet? There are more people who die from road injuries than COVID. So do you have a long range perspective for your career? एक एक्टिविटी बोलो करने के लिए, करके आप मुझे व्हाट्सएप करेंगे?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. I know Akash will because he always does what he says. I don't know about the rest. आज घर जाना, जब भी शाम को फुर्सत मिले, दरवाजा बंद करना, लाइट्स ऑफ करना, मोबाइल फोन स्विच ऑफ करना, एंड सोचो कि आज आपकी बर्थडे है. सोचिए कि आज आपकी बर्थडे है और आज आप अपनी 85th बर्थडे सेलिब्रेट कर. कौन सी 85th बर्थडे की सेलिब्रेशन आपकी हो रही है और उस 85th बर्थडे में बहुत सारे लोग हैं, बट उस सेलिब्रेशन में आपके जीवन के 5 सबसे अहम लोग हैं. तो सोचना मेरे जीवन के 5 सबसे अहम लोग कौन हैं. एंड देन लेट्स से अगर मैं वो सेशन को मॉडरेट कर रहा हूं, तो आई विल इनवाइट दोस 5 पीपल टू कम ऑन स्टेज एंड आपके बारे में उनको एक स्टेटमेंट बोलना है. फिर आंख बंद करके सोचना, मेरे पापा मेरे लिए क्या बोले, लिखना. Then whosoever are those 5 people, and then open your eyes and ask yourself, if today actually they were to come and make this statement, would they say what you want to hear? The answer is no. The answer is one big no. Now from today, that becomes my long range perspective. मुझे वो sentence कमाना है. अगर आपके सीने में अभी भी दिल है, आजकल दिल बहुत कम लोगों के होते हैं, बहुत सारे लोग इमोशनल लेस हो गए, पत्थर का दिल हो गया. अगर आप में आज भी अगर फ्लैश है, तो आई बेट आप रोएंगे. आई कैन बेट यू कि आपके आंख में आंसू होंगे. Think about those 5 people and what would they say in one statement about you? Even as you're thinking, did a thought come in your mind? My father or my mother or my wife or my husband or my kids or whosoever or those your 5 people, how many of you thought they would come and say, मैंने एक Mercedes खरीद के दी उनको, कि मैंने एक iPhone 13 लेके दिया था? How many of you had a material thought versus how many of you had a value thought? What will be the dominant thought? Value अथवा material? सुहर्षे. But what are we chasing today? No value. I'm not saying don't chase materialism. I'm not saying that. But not at the cost of values. That is what you see as you grow in this one big bad world. Some of you have heard this before from me, that put character before competence. A leader lives a life which is blemishless, spotless, creaseless. They don't have shades of grey in their lives. Hence, बहुत कम leaders हैं हमारे आसपास, bosses बहुत हैं. लोगों के जीवन बड़े shady जीवन होते हैं. उनकी प्राइवेट लाइफ और उनकी पब्लिक लाइफ अलग होती है. आपकी प्राइवेट लाइफ और आपकी पब्लिक लाइफ सेम होनी चाहिए. बहुत डिफिकल्ट है. आईना दिखा रहा हूँ और मेरे सेशंस जो आप पहली बार आ रहे हो, बड़ा हाई इंटेंसिटी वाले सेशंस होते हैं. मेक श्योर दैट आप खुद को इवैल्यूएट करें. हम किसी और को जज नहीं कर सकते. यस, तो ये एक्टिविटी करेंगे और आप मुझे व्हाट्सएप करना, ईमेल करना कि व्हाट हु आर दोस 5 पीपल. यू मे नॉट वांट टू गिव देम नेम्स, से A B C D E, एंड व्हाट इज द स्टेटमेंट that you thought they should speak. Think about it. Second, management is all about planning the how and when. That is what she just said. Basically coordinating and cooperating. If this is to deal with how and when, what do you think is this? Why? Absolutely. Very nice. Are you clear about the why? If yes, the how becomes easier. But हमारा generally why clear नहीं होता है. Good answer, very nice, thank you. Management is all about the bottom line. Bottom line का मतलब your profits. Fantastic. And this is top line. Top line is revenues. So if you're a commerce student, you would know this, right? Even if you're not, you should not know this. Bottom line का मतलब होता है profits, and top line का मतलब होता है revenue, sales. तो मैनेजमेंट किसके ऊपर फोकस करते हैं? बॉटम लाइन. लीडरशिप किसके ऊपर फोकस करेंगे? एंड ये सब हम सीखेंगे पूरी सीरीज में. जो राइट साइड पे आप देख रहे हैं वो मैं आपके साथ शेयर करने की कोशिश करूंगा. एंड मेरी आपसे रिक्वेस्ट है कि ये फर्स्ट ऑफ द सीरीज आप अटेंड करने आए हो, तो बाकी सीरीज भी बोर तो होंगे, but it will be good if you can come so that learning comes quicker. Okay, if this is this, what is this? Ashish,
Big picture.
look at the big picture. Okay, so eye is the horizon, or look at the big picture. Do you see something at the horizon? क्षितिज पे आपको कुछ दिखाई देता है आज? कभी समुद्र किनारे जाइए और दूर तक देखिए, और सोचिए कि वो पॉइंट जहाँ पर आकाश और पानी मिलता है, वो पॉइंट आपके लाइफ का क्या है। एंड मेरा ऐसा मानना है, आई मे बी रॉन्ग, कि जब आपके वो क्षितिज दिखाई देता है तो डिस्ट्रैक्शन से आप डिस्ट्रैक्ट नहीं होंगे, वो थोड़ा सा लाइफ में आसान होता है। Sorry, you didn't get that? Okay, so when I have that horizon in my life, this is what I would want to be as a human being, as a person after 5, 10, 20, 25 years. If that clarity is what I have, it will help me stay focused and say no to distractions, because distraction is also an attraction. And I need to say no to the temptation. Yeah?
So the horizon would be the vision, right?
Could be a part of that vision, could be a milestone in reaching your vision. Could be. This person accepts, or this role, a better word is, ऐसा है, आपने accept किया हुआ है, status को। हम अपनी लाइफ में कोई चीज चैलेंज करते हैं, किसी ने चैलेंज किया तो आईफोन आया, बट हम चैलेंज नहीं करते। और अगर हम चैलेंज करते भी तो घर वालों में छानो मानो बैठते हैं, भाई चुपचाप बैठ। हमको हमारे आसपास के लोग ही मोटिवेट नहीं करते, वो सबसे पहले बोलेंगे व्हाट इफ। तो मैंने सीखा है ये कि जब मुझे लोग व्हाट इफ बोलते हैं, मैं अंदर से अपने आप को बोलता हूं सो व्हाट। सीख तो लिया कुछ, नेक्स्ट टाइम थोड़ा इंटेलिजेंटली स्टार्ट करेंगे। और हम कुछ करते ही नहीं है तो लाइफ में कोई प्रॉब्लम आती नहीं है। અહીંયા આવું જ થાય ભાઈ। અહીંયા આનંદભાઈ તમે ચીસો પાડી પાડીને ગળું સુકાઈ જાય, પણ અહીંયા કોઈનું પેટનું પાણી હાલતું નથી। That is just management. Or we will look at two words. This you could say is managing reliability. बोलो managing and बोलो if I am managing my reliability, then I am only managing my decline. समझाओ बताओ बिलाल सब क्या सीखा ये सेंटेंस। अगर मैं सिर्फ रिलायबिलिटी मैनेज कर रहा हूँ या कर रही हूँ तो हम क्या कर रहे हैं, सिर्फ अपना डिक्लाइन को मैनेज कर रहे हैं। आप में से जो मैनेजमेंट स्टूडेंट्स हैं या आपने मैनेजमेंट पढ़ा है तो आपको प्रोडक्ट लाइफ साइकिल याद होगा। प्रोडक्ट लाइफ साइकिल एक बेल कर्व होता है, तो एक पॉइंट के बाद वो डिक्लाइन पे आता है। तो अगर मैं अडेप्टेबिलिटी मेरे में नहीं लाऊंगा या लाऊंगी तो आई एम ओनली मैनेजिंग माई डिक्लाइन। सो याद रखिएगा, मैनेजमेंट इज टू डू विद रिलायबिलिटी, लीडरशिप इज टू डू विद रिलायबिलिटी एंड अडेप्टेबिलिटी। एंड इसके ऊपर हम लोग मे बी 2 या 3 सेशन लेंगे। we will talk about। सादी भाषा में बोले तो नोकिया को क्या हुआ, सिर्फ रिलायबिलिटी पे काम किया। इट वॉज अ फैंटास्टिकली रिलायबल कंपनी, यस और नो, बट दे कुड नॉट एड एन एलिमेंट ऑफ अडेप्टेबिलिटी। अडेप्टेबिलिटी होती क्या है, ऑल दैट वी विल लर्न। ये लोग क्या करते हैं, चैलेंज। आप अपने टीचर्स को चैलेंज करते हो? नहीं करते, डर लगता है मार्क्स में बात लगेगी। मैं मेरी डॉटर के सिर्फ एक पेरेंट टीचर मीटिंग में गया था, उसके बाद मुझे अलाउ नहीं किया गया था। एंड मैंने उस पेरेंट टीचर मीटिंग में एक सवाल पूछने की जरूरत कर ली थी कि मैडम आप हमारे बच्चों की बिजनेस लैंग्वेज स्किल्स के ऊपर, इंग्लिश एज अ बिजनेस लैंग्वेज के ऊपर क्या फोकस कर रहे हैं। એટલા જોરથી કોણી आई थी, કોની પાસેથી आई एम श्योर आप गेस कर सकते हैं। उसके बाद मुझे कभी बताया भी नहीं गया था कि पेरेंट टीचर मीटिंग कब है. You can't challenge. But if you don't challenge, forget about becoming a leader. फिर आपने गुजराती में बोले ना, चिट्ठी ना चाकर बनीने जीवन जीवो. So I'm not a waiter who only takes orders. इसके ऊपर और डिटेल में बात करेंगे. अभी तो मैंने स्टार्ट भी नहीं किया, तो खाली आपको क्या बोलते हैं उसको, ट्रेलर. ओके, ये क्या करता है, क्या करता है, ये रोल क्या करता है. Please remember, I am repeating one more time. These are two different skills, not two different people. मेरे पास लेफ्ट ऑफ द स्क्रीन भी होना चाहिए, मेरे पास राइट ऑफ द स्क्रीन भी होना चाहिए. लेफ्ट के लिए बहुत मेहनत नहीं करना पड़ता है, राइट के लिए काफी जद्दोजहद करनी पड़ती है. ओके, तो यहाँ पर ये है, तो यहाँ पर क्या होगा, सिक्स कंटिन्यूटी मीन्स जैसा है वैसा चलता रहेगा. There is a book that you should read. Our iceberg is not melting. It's a fantasy book कि भैया जैसा है चल रहा है, कि भैया कोई चीज तोड़ा नहीं है तो उसको चेंज क्यों करना. Have you heard people saying this? Why are I wanting to change it? सब ठीक तो चल रहा है. I'll give an example. 2 words. बोलो मेरे साथ. One word, and you may want to write it. One word is exploitation. बोलो. Say that. Second word is exploration. फर्क बताइए. सुनो ध्यान से. 2000 के साल की आसपास की बात है. एक मीटिंग हो रही थी, उसमें कुछ लोग बैठे थे. उसमें से एक इंसान था ब्लॉकबस्टर वीडियो का सीईओ. ब्लॉकबस्टर वीडियो शायद आप नहीं जानते, नेटफ्लिक्स के पहले दुनिया की सबसे बड़ी वीडियो रेंटल कंपनी हुआ करती है. आप चेक कर सकते. और उस मीटिंग में एक और इंसान था जो फ्यूचर में नेटफ्लिक्स का सीईओ बना. कौन है सीईओ नेटफ्लिक्स का? चेक कर लेना, रीड हेस्टिंग्स. एक इंसान मेरे जैसा पागल आदमी उधर जाता है और मैं उसको बोलता हूँ कि साहब देखो, दुनिया बदल रही है, आप अपना बिजनेस मॉडल बदलो, नहीं तो आउटडेटेड हो जाओगे. એ મારા પર હશે, ગાંડો માણસ. ચહેરો જોયો છે મેં, કોઈ લગ્નમાં જોયો તો પછી નથી જોયો. And the CEO of Blockbuster Video said, I've got millions of customers and I've got thousands of successful retail stores. I just have to manage my operations. That is exploitation. Whereas the CEO of Netflix said, आप जो बोल रहे हो makes sense. Let me explore possibilities. That is exploration. And इतिहास गवाह है कि सन 2010 में ब्लॉकबस्टर वीडियो फाइल फॉर बैंक्रप्सी एंड 2018 में नेटफ्लिक्स रिपोर्टेड क्लोज टू $16 बिलियन इन रेवेन्यू. तो आपकी सोच एक्सप्लॉइटेशन पर है या एक्सप्लोरेशन पर? आउ पण થઈ શકે, ऐसा भी हो सकता है. That is what is leadership.
So exploitation would be managing your
Uncertain.
current resources, while exploration would be finding new resources.
Or better word is
Opportunity.
managing ambiguity of the future. Because I do not know what the future holds. It is volatile, uncertain, complex, ambiguous. Yeah, so you may be able to find new resources. You may not have resources. Then you have to learn how to be resourceful. We'll talk about it. Yeah. समझ में आ रहा है? आपने बाटा कंपनी का नाम सुना है? हम सब बाटा में जाते थे. एंड आप लोग फ्यूचर में जो बच्चे हो, फ्यूचर में जाओगे. कब जाओगे? जब आपके छोटे छोटे बच्चे होंगे और उनको स्कूल में कैनवास शूज पहनने हैं, तो आप बाटा में कैनवास शूज खरीदने जाओगे. उसके बाद आप कभी गए हो? क्यों नहीं जाते हो? सिर्फ वहां पर कंटिन्यूटी हो रही है और कुछ नहीं हो रहा, कोई इनोवेशन नहीं हो रहा है. दुनिया आगे निकल गई. दुनिया आगे निकल गई. अब बाटा के सेल्स ज्यादा है या नाइकी के सेल्स ज्यादा है? क्यों? आपने कितने लोग गुजरात में बहुत सालों से, मोस्ट ऑफ यू आर इन गुजरात फॉर मेनी इयर्स, सो आपने वाडीलाल का नाम सुने?
Yes.
आपने हैवमोर का नाम सुने? पहले कौन आया? आगे कौन है? क्यों? Are you with me? एक और आइसक्रीम आई थी. I'll speak about ice creams and sweets and chocolates because I love that. There was this ice cream called Gokul. Some of us will know, Bachcha party will not know. What happened to Hindustan Motors, General Motors? एक टेलीविजन हुआ करता था BPL, Onida, Videocon, Philips. सिर्फ रिलायबिलिटी मैनेज करें, और जब हम सिर्फ रिलायबिलिटी मैनेज करते हैं तो हम क्या कर रहे हैं? अपना डिक्लाइन मैनेज कर रहे हैं. तो अगर ये कंटिन्यूटी को सीख करता है तो on the other side of the slide is growth is a good word. So let's say change. Are you willing to change? Easy or difficult? कितने लोग के पास पेपर एंड पेन है? ओके, जिनके पास है, जिनके पास नहीं है घर जाके कर लेना. ऑटोग्राफ दो सब, अपने पेपर में ऑटोग्राफ दीजिए सीमा जी. ओके, ऑल ऑफ यू प्लीज गिव योर ऑटोग्राफ. और घर जाके जिनके पास पेपर नहीं है चेतन भाई कर दो. ये मैडम आपने बताओ. ओके ग्रेट. अब पेन उल्टे हाथ में लो. अगर आपने राइट से किया तो आप लेफ्ट में लीजिए, ऑटोग्राफ दीजिए. What was difficult? It was at a mindset. अब नेक्स्ट टाइम बोलो ऑटोग्राफ दो तो ह्यूमन टेंडेंसी क्या है? राइट में लोगे लेफ्ट में लोगे? तो वो कंफर्ट जोन है. बट लेफ्ट में प्रैक्टिस करना 6 महीने के लिए प्रैक्टिस करो तो चीज आसान होगी. तो एक सेंटेंस सुनिए. वी डोंट रेजिस्ट चेंज. बोलो. वी रेजिस्ट मेक सेंस. मुझे को आगे बदले ये આપણને નથી પરવડતું. जैसे बोलते हैं ना, आज भगत सिंह आने का टाइम हो गया પણ બાજુના ઘરમાં જન નહીં. You will not understand. That's okay. Right? Okay, और क्या चेंज होता है? अभी तो मैंने 5% भी आपने का कंप्लीट नहीं किया. अभी तो ट्रेलर का 5% भी पूरा नहीं किया. काश ये सब चीजें स्कूल में सिखाई जाए, काश ये सब चीजें कॉलेज के फर्स्ट ईयर सेकंड ईयर में सिखाई जाए तो आप सबका भविष्य में ज्यादा क्लैरिटी आएगी, ऐसा मेरा मानना है. वैसे मेरी बात को मानता नहीं है, वो बात अलग है, बट I believe that. Okay, Ashish, you have not spoken since morning. What do you think is here now? Next.
Manages a small group of people.
They focus on
Goals.
आपने
Improve.
काइजन सुना है? The goal there is for improvement. ये improvement है तो ये क्या है?
Finding out the improvement areas.
Okay, so broadening that scope. Okay, so that's a good word. What else?
Ways to get that done.
Okay, great, very nice, very nice. Basically what she says, but extension of that. Thank you. What else?
Innovation.
Innovation. What is innovation? Example of a product. Is this innovation or creativity? If this is innovation, what was creativity?
The first time it was made was creativity, and
How
then
easy it is to
The first time it was made was innovation.
I'm happy that you're thinking. I can see on your face cap soch rahe ho. Very nice, right? So we can do a workshop on creativity and innovation. Right? इसको zoom out and zoom in concept कहते हैं. Right? Till such time we get a chance to do this program, please do some courses on Coursera. I did a course on innovation and creativity from University of Israel, which is like an IIT of India equivalent there, where I learned the concept of zoom in and zoom out. Some of you may have heard me talking about it. Yeah, on Zoom call. Right? So that was on Zoom. This we will do it in person. This person focus upon innovation. Till such time we learn more about it. एक sentence बोलिए. An innovator, बोलो everyone. Innovator sees what everyone else is seeing. But an innovator thinks जो कोई नहीं सोचता है. समझ में आ रहा है? मैं मेरी बेटी को 3 चीज बोलता हूँ. You are also like बच्चा पार्टी, so take it as a parent, as advice. 3 चीज बोलो. Number 1, बोलो, read what no one else is reading. 2, think what no one else is thinking. Number 3, do what no one else is doing. That's how you grow in life. नहीं तो फिर नौकरी तो सब लोग करते हैं, 10, 15, 20, 25 हजार सब लोग कमा लेते हैं, प्लस माइनस फ्यू थाउजेंड से ज्यादा कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. इस 3 लेंस से अपने आप को सोचो. Am I reading what no one else is? Forget about no one else is reading. Am I reading? That's the first question. Stop WhatsApp, please. Please detach yourself from the addiction of social media. Please. Otherwise, don't attend my sessions. It takes a lot of discipline to be living a life of significance. पैसा तो सब लोग कमा लेते हैं यार. Innovation, very important. And if I'm not innovating, I was telling him on the way to Yuvalay, let me ask you all of you the same question. आप अपने मोबाइल फोन को अपडेट करते हो? सॉफ्टवेयर अपडेट करते हो? यस. एप्स अपडेट करते हो? क्यों करते हो? बेटर. So who said better? Yes, it better चलेगा. Very good answer बेटा, thank you. अपडेट क्यों करते हैं? New features. अपडेट क्यों करते हैं? Because it becomes better. Yes or no? When was the last time you updated yourself? ये सॉफ्टवेयर को अपडेट कब किया? वो अभी भी 1800 जमाने का चल रहा है. के मानी साथे उभो रहीने वातो करतो तो, के मानी साथ हसी हसीने वातो करतो तो. आज भी ये बोला जाता है ना. हेलो भाई, पंचायत आपला गुजराती में कही. If you understand Gujarati, and if you don't understand Gujarati, sorry, I don't know a word of that in Hindi. पंचायत. कौन किसके घर गया, कौन किसके साथ गया, तमने के मर्चा लागे छे. Isn't that what we are doing? Isn't that what is WhatsApp University? You are wondering what is WhatsApp University. बोलिए मेरे साथ. Bosses or management, बोलो. Bosses or / management is motivated by yes. So what would be the equivalent word here? Leadership or leaders are motivated by
Significance.
That's a good word. Very nice. Very nice. Thank you. Anand? Challenges. Very nice. Or they are motivated by. Please check for yourself. Are you motivated by status? मेरा नाम पहले क्यों नहीं बोला, आशीष का नाम पहले क्यों बोला? लोग ऑफेंड फील करते हैं. यस और नो? मेरे नाम के आगे श्री क्यों नहीं लिखा, मुझे सर क्यों नहीं बोला? हेलो, आपका नाम सर है? मुझे लगा आपका सर है. पीपल फील ऑफेंडेड. मुझे इनवाइट नहीं दिया तो एना घरे नहीं जाओ. अरे भला मानस, आपका फ्रेंड है, आपका रिलेटिव है, क्यों फॉर्मेलिटीज करते हो? Do you think it's time to get out of all these so-called norms? मैनेजमेंट एक दायरे में काम करती है, लीडरशिप दायरे के बाहर काम करती है. We will talk about that. So this is on influence, and we'll talk about influence. Maybe it will take us 2 or 3 sessions just on the word influence. This is demonstrate skill in technical competence. Do you think technical competence is required?
Yes.
But is that only sufficient? What is required is please remember, all of you need to learn sales. Whether you are MSW, whether you are HR, whether you are no matter what you do, you need to know how to sell. Is selling easy? एक क्रेडिट कार्ड बेच के बताओ, फ्री फॉर लाइफ, 52 दिन का फ्री इंटरेस्ट पीरियड बेच के बताओ, फोन करो किसी को, मैं ICICI बैंक क्रेडिट कार्ड डिपार्टमेंट, नथिंग जोई टू डन, एंड देन वी से वो अग्रोश मारे नहीं करो. याद रखो, जब तक परस्यो पड़े नहीं ना, रेला आजू बाजू निकले नहीं, लाइफ में कશું થતું નથી. आसानी से सिर्फ माँ आपको प्लेटर पे खाना देती है, जिंदगी में कोई चीज आपको पिरोसा नहीं जाएगा. यू हैव टू अर्न योर प्लेस अंडर द सन. इट इज टफ. इट इज something that she was talking about, coordination or administration in a larger frame of reference. This is dealing with ambiguity. का मतलब क्लैरिटी नहीं है. जैसे अगर आप नॉर्थ में गए हो विंटर्स में, तो आपको धुंध वहां दिखाई देती है, एंड धुंध की वजह से ट्रेन लेट चलती है, फ्लाइट आती नहीं है, और ड्राइविंग बहुत डिफिकल्ट हो जाता है, बिकॉज विजिबिलिटी बहुत कम होती है, लिमिटेड होती है. दैट इज एम्बिग्विटी. दिस इज दे डेमोन्स्ट्रेट स्किल इन व्हाट इज सुपरविजन.
Look after processes.
Look after is what Ashish says. Okay, what is supervision?
We check if things are going well.
Correct. Very good. That's a good answer.
Not being involved, but looking up.
Okay. Okay. So basically ensuring status को सब ठीक ठाक चल रहा है कि नहीं, उसका आप assurance and verification भी कह सकते हैं. लोग सुपरवाइज करते हैं, બધું બરાબર ચાલે છે. Is that good? Yes. But it is good enough? No. What will I have to add? Skill in? How do you persuade people to change? And जब आप नौकरी करना चालू करे हो साहब, आपको किसी को persuade करना पड़ेगा. कैसे persuade करते हैं? आप में से कुछ लोगों के पेरेंट्स बोल रहे होंगे कि बेटा शादी करने का टाइम हो गया, ढूंढो. आप बोलेंगे हमरा नहीं. आज सुबह की बात है, I was telling my daughter next year शादी करनी है, एंड मैं बोला હું તારા માટે શોધવાનો નથી, પોતે શોધીને કહેજો એનું ઇન્ટરવ્યુ લઈશ. એ કહે છે તમે ઇન્ટરવ્યુ લેવાનો છે એટલે હું શોધવાની. And I said, okay, I will not take an interview. How do you persuade people? Very difficult. Very, very difficult. And when you have to persuade, think about a triangle. आप लोग को पीछे से दिखाई नहीं दे रहा होगा, let me use a different color. एक जगह है opposing opinions. Understand opposing opinions? Perspectives are different. ये क्या लिखा है? नॉबी तो हो सकता है. Perspectives could be different. एक दूसरा पार्ट है stakes are high. दाव पे बहुत कुछ लगा हुआ है. And आप इमोशनली चार्ज हो. ऐसे माहौल में इन्फ्लुएंस करके बताइए जरा. ये एसी कमरे में सब कुछ सुनना बहुत अच्छा लगता है. बाहर जाओ 47 डिग्रीज पे. मैं इंडस्ट्री में काम करता हूँ, चिमनीज पे चढ़ना पड़ता है, बॉयलर के सामने खड़े होकर काम करना पड़ता है. ऐसे लोगों के साथ काम करना पड़ता है जो लैंड लूजर्स होते हैं. वो पढ़े लिखे लोग नहीं होते, बट वो क्योंकि लैंड उनकी इस साइट बनाने में गई है तो एज अ पार्ट ऑफ दैट कॉन्ट्रैक्ट उनके परिवार में से किसी को नौकरी देनी पड़ती है। काम करा के बताओ उनके पास, ऊंची आवाज बोलोगे तो छव आगे गेट नहीं बार બીજું ઘણું બધું સકડી જાય. How do you do this, sir? Madams, all of you.
ઇમોશન ચાર્જ જે છે એને પહેલા ડાઉન કરો.
કેટલું સિમ્પલ બોલવાનું છે પણ સાહેબ વાળ ઉતરી ગયા આ શીખતા શીખતા સાહેબ. काश ये कॉलेज में किसी ने सिखाया होता तो लाइफ में कुछ डिसीजन जो मैंने लिए शायद नहीं लिए होते. इसलिए मैं बड़ा पैशनेट हूँ आपकी जनरेशन को, बच्चों पार्टी को सिखाने के लिए, सो दैट हमको जो किसी ने नहीं सिखाया आप सीखो तो यू डोंट मेक द मिस्टेक्स जो हमने बनाए. आप बड़ौदा तो फिर भी संस्कारी नगरी थोड़ी भी अभी भी है, बट आप सूरत चले जाइए, आप अहमदाबाद आ जाओ, आपकी गाड़ी दूसरी गाड़ी से सिर्फ पप्पी करिए. अभी तो सिर्फ पप्पी हुई है, उतर के क्या बातें होती है. The number one reason for deaths in Delhi is road rage. Please check it out. You understand road rage? मेरी गाड़ी ने तारी गाड़ी पप्पी करी. ठंडा रख भाई. अभी वॉल्वो में मुझे सूरत जाना है एंड सीट थोड़ी इंक्लाइन अगर ज्यादा हो पीछे से सीधे सीट सीधी कर હું કઈ નહીં કરું ત્યાં સુધી સુરત આવી જાય. बताई देश तो मैं ऐसा उसके सामने खड़ा हो जाता जो મારું તો આગળ પાછળ કોઈ નથી તો આપણે અંદર બતાવડાવવું છે કે આપણે બહાર ઉતરીએ. कितना गुस्सा है साहब आपको. Have you experienced that? बोलिए मेरे साथ. Anger lies in the laps of fools. Again, ये हम सीखेंगे. तो ऐसे ट्राइंगल, did you understand this? Yes or no? Yes. तो बोलो मेरे साथ. In this situation, when I say this situation, I mean this pyramid. We need to talk it out, else we will act it out. ऐसे माहौल में हम कई बार शांत रहते हैं, बट सवाल अपने आप से ये पूछेगा ये शांति की कीमत कितनी दी है आपने. That silence is not necessary silent, and the cost of silence is a broken relationship. खासकर आपकी जनरेशन है. आई एम एक्स तो वाई कौन है. समटाइम्स आई वंडर. एंड शुरुआत कहाँ से हुई? ए से स्टार्ट हुई थी कि कहाँ से एक्स तक पहुंच गए. नेक्स्ट वन. दिस वर्क्स ऑन कॉम्प्लायंस. फॉरगेट अबाउट द वर्ड एम्प्लॉय, बट वर्क्स ऑन कॉम्प्लायंस. कॉम्प्लायंस मतलब मैडम ने जो मुझे बोला, अपराजिता मेरी मैडम है, मैडम ओके आपने जो बोला कर देंगे, उससे ज्यादा नहीं करूंगा. क्यों नहीं करूंगा? पैसे ज्यादा दोगे. जैसे इसने एम्प्लॉय मोटिवेशन की बात, लोगों को मोटिवेट कैसे करोगे? नौकरी पे लगोगे तब. हम आपने करेंगे मरेंगे वंदे मातरम, लग जाओ बहुत बड़ा काम करना है. નથી લાગવું. શું કરશો? રૂપિયા આપવાના છો और आपके पास बजट नहीं है. कोविड में 20% सैलरी कट पे काम चल रहा है और काम तो 20% बढ़ गया. बताओ किसी को मोटिवेट करके बताओ. वेरी डिफिकल्ट, मैसिवली डिफिकल्ट. वेलकम टू लीडरशिप. लीडरशिप 4 चीजें करती है. क्या करती है? व्हाट डू यू थिंक इज डी जो लीडरशिप करती है? सॉरी, demonstrate. Okay, you also said demonstrate. Discipline. Okay, very good. Thank you for that word. She already spoke about delegation. What is D?
Developing people.
Developing people. Good. Very nice answer.
Devotion to work.
Devotion to work. Okay, which rarely is seen. It is more devotion to social media, even in office. So D here is deliver results. What do you mention? I am failing. Deliver results. Also activities. Activities are not accomplishments. So D is what? What is in I? Okay, innovation. Good. Beta, very nice. Integrity, very nice. Influence. I here is inspire people. Leaders need to inspire people. How do you inspire? Unless you perspire. AC कैबिन में वैसे में इंस्पायर ना कराए. हम मैन्युफैक्चरिंग में काम करते हैं, बच्चों को बोलते हैं चलो फील्ड में जाते हैं, बहुत अड़कोचे साहब. एंड इंडस्ट्री में टेम्परेचर थोड़ा सा ज्यादा होता है. दहेज पे आओ मेरे साथ काम करने. एंड इट्स अ ह्यूज साइट. एक प्लांट से दूसरे प्लांट 1.5 किलोमीटर 11 नंबर की गाड़ी में जाने का है. 45 डिग्री टेम्परेचर पे. Inspire people. What is V? Is value expertise. And what is A? Act decisively. इसके ऊपर काम करेंगे. So leadership is all about the D one. Commitment अगर एक टेबल टॉप है, कमिटमेंट अगर ये टेबल टॉप है तो वो 2 टांगों पे खड़े हैं. What are the 2 tangas of commitment?
भरोसा.
Sorry?
भरोसा.
Bharosa. Okay, very nice. Good answer. Very nice.
Purpose.
Purpose. That's a good answer, beta. Yes. Discipline. Commitment stands on 2 legs. One is motivation. Second is confidence. Leadership ensure करता है कि लोगों का confidence बना रहे, लोगों का motivation बना रहे. अगर मैं confident हूँ and motivated हूँ तो committed रहूँगा. But आज हम लोग का motivation थोड़ा सा गड़बड़ है ना. मार्च महीना अप्रेजल महीना चल रहा है, जो आप नौकरी कर रहे हैं समझते होंगे. मार्च महीने जब अप्रेजल महीना होता है, बॉस के पास जाते हैं ना, बॉस हमें कितना सारा छो. You are a sweetheart. I love you, sir. Those who are in job will understand what I am saying. But ये भी नफट हो गया है, क्योंकि हर साल करते हैं. मन में सोचता है गया वर्ष तो आप ही तो आ वर्ष का इंक्रीमेंट आपको मारो नहीं थे तो कितने का. So please understand, as an employee हो सकता है मैं मोटिवेटेड हूँ बट मेरा कॉन्फिडेंस कम है. हो सकता है मेरा कॉन्फिडेंस ज्यादा है बट मेरा मोटिवेशन कम है. तो लीडरशिप क्या करेगा? कमिटमेंट के ऊपर फोकस करता है. ये क्या करता है? टैक्टिक्स प्लान करता है. शॉर्ट टर्म. ये क्या करता है? दोनों में फर्क क्या होता है? we will look at it. इस सीरीज में हम ये भी देखेंगे हाउ कल्चर ईट्स स्ट्रैटेजी फॉर ब्रेकफास्ट. वो सेंटेंस आपने आई एम श्योर सुना होगा. एसओपीस बनाते हैं. यू अंडरस्टैंड एसओपी? मास्क પહેરીને જવાનું, પણ માસ્ક કેમ પહેરવાનું તમને ખબર છે? કયું માસ્ક પહેરવાનું? अभी हमारी ऑफिसेज ओपन हो रही है, 10 पेज का सर्कुलर है. आ करवानो आ नहीं करवानो. मैं वो पढ़ के कंफ्यूज हो गया कि मैं करवानो सो. So anyways, and अगर ये एसओपी बनाता तो ये क्या करता है? बिहेवियर्स पे इन्फ्लुएंस करते हैं. ओके, तो ये क्या करते हैं? पॉलिसी बनाते हैं, which is more high level. ये क्या करता है? relies more on the analytical decision making style. Decision making के बहुत सारे styles होते हैं. We will look at it. This person focus upon more of intuitive decision making, but not emotional decision making. ये क्या करता है? And we are all experts here. Only transactional communication. This person is more transformed communication. अपना communication style check करो आप. अगर मैनेजर हो आज, अगर आप एक टीम मैनेज करते हो, तो आप कैसे बात करते हो? Are you with me? बोर हो गए? एनर्जी तो आपकी डाउन हो गई. अभी तो मैंने शुरुआत भी नहीं करी, तो बहुत सारी स्लाइड्स बाकी है. एंड आप गारंटी देता हूँ, किसी को भी जाके पूछो मैनेजमेंट एंड लीडरशिप के बारे में डिफरेंस, शायद 1 या 2 पॉइंट के आगे कोई जा नहीं पाएगा. क्यों नहीं जा पाएगा? क्योंकि ये कोई सिखाता नहीं. एंड अगर हम सीखें तो थोड़ी सी क्लैरिटी मिलती है, ऐसा मेरा मानना है. आई मे बी राइट और रॉन्ग, बट ऐसा मेरा मानना है.
Can you give the example of transformational communication?
Go to YouTube and find the video of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam on leadership, where he shares his experience of the first missile that he was planning to set, go to space. And the missile, instead of going to space, went to Bay of Bengal. And his manager, Dhaval sir, the communication that he had with him is transformational communication. That is what it is. Right? And transactional communication is more to do with ye karo, ye mat karo. And so that is what it is. हमारे साथ लोग सिर्फ ट्रांजैक्शनल डूज एंड डोंट्स बनाते हैं. जो कम्युनिकेशन आपको इंस्पायर करे, वो ट्रांसफॉर्म कम्युनिकेशन शायद आप उसको कह सकते हैं. कुछ लोग होते हैं जिनके साथ आप बातचीत करके उस कमरे से जब आप बाहर निकलते हो तो यू फील चार्ज. आपको लगता है यार कुछ सीखा. दैट इज मोर ऑफ ट्रांसफॉर्म्ड कम्युनिकेशन. कई लोग होते हैं तो कितनी बार. So that is, with due respect to all the leaders in the industry, there are very few people who are able to manage the transformed communication because no one teaches them.
Short-sighted.
Could be short-sighted. That's a good word. Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you for the answer. Could be myopic and could be long-sighted. Transactional communication is you are looking at me the way I am. क्या बोला मैंने?
Looking at you the way you are.
Correct. Transformed communication is looking at me as what I possibly could become. Transactional communication is looking at me as a caterpillar. Transformed communication is looking at me as a potential butterfly. Caterpillar to butterfly? Yes. So क्या कहते हैं गुजराती में? You all of you understood, right? Kind of metamorphosis. Metamorphosis का मुझे एक ही चीज आती थी, metamorphosis of frog. 12th में रट्टा मारा था एंड प्रेयर करी थी कि क्वेश्चन पेपर में ये क्वेश्चन आए और 12th बोर्ड एग्जाम क्वेश्चन पेपर જોયું અને હતું describe metamorphosis of frog. I said yes. લખી કાઢ્યું. પછી શું? Because rest of the question paper was like Greek, Latin, Spanish. And મારી ટીચર મારી સામે આમ જોયો, તો લખી દીધું. હજુ તો અડધો કલાક નીકળી ગયો. मैंने आज तक मेरी लाइफ में सप्लीमेंट्री नहीं ली. You understand supplementary extra? I wonder यार શું लगता है? I still don't know what this is to write. 3 घंटे एग्जाम में आप बैठते हो. 3 घंटे में तो कभी नहीं बैठ पाया. 1 घंटा मैक्सिमम. वो टीचर ने जो है गुराना को बहुत सुंदर टीचर है ना. स्कूल में इनोसेंस होता है ना. તો મેડમ કે શું જોઈએ છે? કેટલા સુંદર છો મેડમ. પછી ફ્રસ્ટ્રેટ થઈ જાય, તું જા, મનમાં કહો આ તો જોઈ. But no one in my life has done transformational. That is what our mentor does. That's why we all need to have someone who guides you, someone who transforms. Are you getting it? And वो देखना, Dhawan Saab, who was the manager of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. That's a great video. Does it help you with the answer?
Yes.
So we are still not done, right? One day and ये इसमें से कोई भी चीज आपको गूगल पे नहीं मिलेगी, उसकी गारंटी. अगर गूगल पे मिल जाए तो दोपहर के समय में आप क्यों आओ घर छोड़ के? Okay, this person is तो वहां पर क्या होगा?
Improvement of quality.
Okay, improvement of quality. और हम लोग ये सीरीज में राइट साइड पर, आई होप आप नोट्स बना रहे हो, इसका रिकॉर्डिंग भी हो रहा है, आई होप ये रिकॉर्डिंग हो रहा है, राइट? एंड इफ यू वांट यू कैन लिसन टू दिस अगेन. तो हम लोग राइट साइड पे जो है वो सब इस सीरीज में सीखने वाले हैं. अब इतना सारा दो पार्ट में मैं कैसे कवर करूं? तो हो सकता है पूरा साल हम लोग ये चले, हो सकता है, आई डोंट नो. लेट्स सी.
MBA is of 2 years, full-time course.
एंड इज इट?
MBA is 2 years full-time course.
Yes, absolutely.
This is leadership, this is leadership.
And I'll play a video which describes beautifully the difference between management skills and leadership skills. You can watch that video. अभी वैसे कितना time से we are here till 12? Okay, so I've got about 10 minutes.
You become very generous these days. 1 बजे तक तो काफी बार होता है. पता नहीं ये बात तैयार है.
We are ready.
Yeah. Great, thank you.
Hold on.
So this is more on employee commitment. This is what is this word?
In a single person has made the rules and you just have followed it.
Boss is always right.
You didn't get it.
Like I keep on telling my wife, you know what? I'm the head of the house. And she's an Andavali. She says, you may be the head of the house, but I'm the neck of the house. Who decides where the head will go? Then you? Washing machine घड़ी में चलती ना थी अपने घर के अंदर. Because Chopra बेचारा भी जैसे he is not want to get married. Does not want to experience inertia. What is inertia? We all face inertia. Right? And because of inertia, we don't start. Resistance, initial resistance. Like for any questions over here. यहाँ पे क्या होगा?
Sets the goal or budget.
Okay, so there was the vision. The vision and the strategy, how will you achieve it? And then you have to sell that vision. That is where the difficulty lies. This is setting the standard of performance. This is sort of how to get excellence in execution. Leadership is all about this 2 E's. Excellence in execution. Formula? What do you think is this F with regards to excellence in execution?
Future.
Sorry?
Future.
Future, okay.
Focus.
Focus, that's a very good one. Focus. So F here is focus. What is focus? So it could be a subset of it. Okay, but that's a good answer. Very nice. What else?
Patience.
Patience. Okay, so Focus has patience. You need P. Okay, we'll come to P. But what is focus?
And results.
End results. Focus on the end results.
Consistency.
Remove distractions.
Free of distractions. So are you focused in your life? Difficult question. Right? So what is focus? ऊपर सूरज है. ऊपर क्या है? मेरे हाथ में एक मैग्नीफाइंग लेंस है और नीचे पेपर है. तो पेपर को क्या हो जाएगा? जल जाएगा. कब जलेगा? फोकल लेंथ राइट होगी तब, या फोकल पॉइंट सही होगा तब जलेगा. सब जगह नहीं जलेगा. तो आपके पास एनर्जी है, आपके पास मैग्नीफाइंग पावर है, बट हमारी लाइफ में फोकस, वो बेस के बिना का घड़ा जैसा है. इधर घूमते रहते हैं, उधर घूमते रहते हैं. इसने ये बोला तो कोई चीज हमको 10 बार चिल्ला के चीख के कोई बोले, झूठ बोले, हम मान लेते हैं. वही पॉलिटिशियंस करते हैं मित्रों, और हम मान लेते हैं. फोकस, अपने लाइफ में फोकस्ड हो तो it will help you stay away from distractions. And how do you build that focus? Always happy to help. What is P? Purpose. That's a good word. Very nice. Someone said patience. Very nice. Patience is a good word. What is P? Performance. What is performance? Formula of performance? We'll come to that. P here is passion. If you are passionate, then you will persist, then you will plan, then you will be patient. But हम passion से काम नहीं करते. हम तो पापी पेट का सवाल है. "99% people have no passion in their life." जो लोग ट्रैफिक सिग्नल जंप करके निकलते हैं उसको तो उतावड़ छे सानी जावू छे क्या खबर नहीं. बड़ौदा में तो फिर भी लोग थोड़ा बहुत ट्रैफिक सिग्नल फॉलो कर लेते हैं. सूरत में आ लाल ग्रीन आ શું છે કઈ ખબર પડતી નથી. तू हाल 24 साल रहा हूँ सूरत में और अहमदाबाद में 16 साल से रह रहा हूँ. उबर में जाना पसंद करता हूँ बट गाड़ी अहमदाबाद में चलाना भाई सॉरी. Passion. And we did a series in the same room on how to find your passion. If you're interested, we can plan that maybe next year. બધા વર્ષ તો આજ આમંદ નીકળી જશે. 3 મહિના તો ગયા. પછી તમારી એક્ઝામ્સ આવશે એટલે આવશો નહીં. And what is C here?
Competence.
Competence. Fantastic. Very nice. What is competency? HR वाले बोलो. HR भैया. Competency क्या होता है? It is not skills and not experience. Knowledge, skills and good answer, but better answer would be no. वो बहुत पुराने जमाने की बात है. Competence and a key टांगों पे खड़ा है तो one is what to do, that is knowledge. How to do, that is skills. The other thing is willingness to do it. Quick activity. अपना right hand ऊपर करो. जितना कर सकते हो उतना करो. कर तो इतना सकते थे किया ये की. रिफ्लेक्शन क्वेश्चन. कर तो ये सकते थे किया ये की. Are you willing to do all that you have the knowledge for and the skills for? The answer is no. जब हम नौकरी पे जाते हैं, do I give the best that I can be on every single day? The answer is no. इसलिए स्टार्टिंग में 2 वर्ड आपको मैंने सिखाया, इंटेंसिटी एंड कंसिस्टेंसी. ये किताब है called Execution Excellence by संजीव आनंद. आप ये पढ़ना, you will get this formula there. Performance का formula, some of you would have heard this from me before. आशीष बोलो performance का formula. You don't remember, that's okay. Anyone? Performance is equal to PO minus I. What is PO? What you're thinking is right. Potential. What is potential? Capacity or capability? That's the politically correct answer. Speaking of Niagara Falls देखा है आपने? कभी वीडियो में देखा होगा? या कोई डैम देखा है? Yes. डैम में जब पानी गिरेगा तो उस पानी में एनर्जी होती है. उस एनर्जी से आप लोकोमोटिव चला सकते हो, टरबाइन चला सकते हो. बट वो पानी जब डैम के दरवाजे के पीछे बंद होता है, उसको पोटेंशियल कहते हैं. डैम के दरवाजे के खुलने के प्रोसेस को हम क्या कहते हैं? क्वालिफाइंग दरवाजों. क्या बोलते हैं? इंग्लिश मीडियम स्टूडेंट. हम तो हिंदी मीडियम में पढ़े थे साहब.
Releasing the potential.
No. It is. What is the word?
Releasing.
No. Unleashing. So the word is unleash. आपने सुना है unleash? एक घोड़े को आपने तबेले में बांध के रखा हुआ है, उसको खोल दो. That is called unleash. तो मेरे और आप में पोटेंशियल बहुत है, बट समाज के दायरे में हम बंधे हुए. आइए आओ ना करें. क्यों ना करें? पता नहीं. आप घर में जाके मम्मी से पूछो, रोटी गोल क्यों बनाती हो? पता नहीं. दादी से पूछो, दादी रोटी गोल क्यों? पता नहीं. किसी ने अलग सोचा तो भाकरी आई, लच्छा पराठा आया, पूरी आई, बट हम अलग सोचते हैं. I need to understand that potential is untapped energy. बोलो. मेरे और आपके पास पोटेंशियल बहुत है, बट मेरा परफॉर्मेंस इज जनरली नॉट इक्वल टू माय पोटेंशियल. बिकॉज विलन कौन है? ये विलन कौन है? इंटरफेरेंस. Interference could be internal or could be external. External interference like COVID. बहुत कम होता है हमारी लाइफ में कि ऐसा कोई इतना बड़ा इंटरफेरेंस, मैन मेड इंटरफेरेंस और ह्यूमन मेड इंटरफेरेंस, लैब क्रिएटेड इंटरफेरेंस. You may agree or disagree with me. I am just making some controversial statements so that आपको नींद ना आए. Inertia, correct sir. So that is internal interference. Inertia is internal. Fear, you spoke about fear. Fear is internal interference. Doubt. Will I be able to do it? Am I smart enough? Am I good enough? Am I talented enough? Yes sir.
When we say external, we need to be very clear because we find good reasons to put the blame on somebody else. You gave a very right example that is not in your control. You said talk about COVID.
That's it. So what sir is saying, just to add to what sir is saying, it is all about accepting accountability. Inertia is in my control, but COVID is not in my control. If there are cases on the rise again, we will have curfew again. So that is outside my circle of influence. It is in my circle of concern. Circle of influence, circle of concern. I'm sure all of you know this. So मुझे circle of influence, मैं मेरे विचार को influence कर सकता हूँ, मैं मेरे actions को influence कर सकता हूँ. But हम generally ये सोच के limited रह जाते हैं कि okay, आपके पास पेपर एंड पेन है? एक एक्टिविटी करो. आपको अपने पेज पे डॉट बनाना है. घर पे जाके आपको करना है. जिसके पास अभी पेपर नहीं है, चलेगा. क्या करना है? टिप्पू बनाना है. आपके पास 60 सेकंड है. You have only 60 seconds. And before you start the activity, just shout out 60 seconds. मैं आप अपने पेपर पे ऐसे कितने डॉट कर सकते हो? Give me a number, quick. 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 कितने कर सकते? जल्दी बोलो. 50. Okay. 150. You have an answer in your mind? All of you? You have an answer in your mind? Your 60 seconds starts now. ओके स्टॉप. जितना सोचा उससे ज्यादा किया कम किया. तो लिमिटेशन क्या थी? मैंने आपके दिमाग को इन्फ्लुएंस किया, कंडीशन किया, बेटर वर्ड, 60 सेकंड के ऊपर स्ट्रेस दिया और एक रेंज दे दिया 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. जनरली आपने उस सोच में आप मर्यादित रह गए. सोचिए साहब, हम हमारे आसपास के माहौल से इतने ज्यादा प्रभावित होते हैं, हम उसको रियलाइज नहीं करते. एक मछली है जिसका नाम है कॉई फिश. आप गूगल पर जाके पढ़ना, इट्स अ जैपनीज फिश. इस फिश को अगर आप अपने घर के एक्वेरियम में रखेंगे तो ये फिश 4 इंच की होगी. कितने इंच की? इस मछली को आप एक बड़े एक्वेरियम में डाल दीजिए तो ये 6 इंच की होगी. यहाँ पर सिर्फ 4 इंच की रहेगी. इसको यहाँ से और बड़े में डाल दीजिए तो 8 इंच की होगी. आप हमारे बॉम्बे के ऑफिस में आइए, घनसोली में, नवी मुंबई में ऑफिस से, ये कॉई फिश हमारे ऑफिस में 20 इंच की है. बिकॉज उसको मैं एक्वेरियम नहीं बोलता, मैं उसको मेरा स्विमिंग पूल बोलता हूँ मछलियों का. इट्स अ ह्यूज, इट्स एन ओलंपिक साइज स्विमिंग पूल फॉर मछलीज. एंड उसी मछली को आप लेके तालाब में डाल दीजिए तो 48 इंच की होती है. दिस इज द पावर ऑफ एसोसिएशन. दिस इज द पावर ऑफ. And who chooses your friends? You choose your friends. I have no friend in this world. I have got millions of people that I know, but I don't have any friend. मैं किसी के घर जाता नहीं और मेरे घर कोई आता नहीं. Because I'm very careful of what influence I'm allowing to enter into my system. There is enough of negativity in this world. I just don't want any way that I become negative. It's very difficult to stay positive. Yes or no? तो सूरत में मेरे फ्रेंड है सुरेश भार्गवन करके. We are friends for the last 40 years, but we have not met for the last 3 years. But somehow when I'm not feeling well, उसका फोन आ जाता है, क्या कर रहे हैं? And sometimes एक अंदर से एक वो आता है, उसको फोन कर ले. तो मैं हो सकता है 2 साल में एक बार मैंने फोन कर लिया. बाकी मैं मेरा टाइम किसी को देता नहीं. बी केयरफुल. एंड ऑल बच्चा पार्टीज, जिन 5 लोगों के साथ आप अपना सबसे ज्यादा समय बिताएंगे, आप उनकी तरह बन जाओगे. आप जानते हो, ये कोई रॉकेट साइंस नहीं है. अगर आप ऐसे लोगों के साथ घूमते हो जो गालियां बोलते हैं, तो कुछ दिनों में आप ऐसे लोगों के साथ घूमते जो चाय के गल्ले के ऊपर या पान के गल्ले पे खड़े रहते, तो कुछ दिनों में आप भी करने लगोगे. Correct, absolutely. Hence, I need to have that influence. But remember, beta, when you watch an eagle, that's a great word, beta. Have you watched an eagle? There are no eagles in India. So unless you have gone to Israel or US or Canada, you would have only seen eagle on a paper. चील की बात नहीं कर रहा मैं, गरुड़ की बात कर रहा हूँ. ईगल सांप को खाती है. ईगल जब सांप के साथ लड़ाई करती है तो हवा में करती है, जमीन में नहीं करती है. तो डोंट फाइट दैट पर्सन, डोंट ट्राई टू इन्फ्लुएंस दैट पर्सन एट द चाय का कुल्ला. डोंट बी इन देयर डोमेन, मूव आउट, देन इन्फ्लुएंस. यहाँ पर अगर ईगल सांप के साथ जमीन पे लड़ाई करेगी, सांप उसको खा जाएगी. That's a great question. आपने पूछा तो ये मैंने पूछा आपको इनको दिया. I need to move out of their influence and bring them into my influence. Very difficult. Very difficult. नहीं तो because बेटा आप वहाँ पर minority हो, वो majority है. And they are so logical in saying that सिगरेट क्यों नहीं पीनी चाहिए, कैंसर होता है. मैं आपको 1000 लोग बताता हूँ जिन्हें सिगरेट जिंदगी में नहीं पियो, कैंसर से मर गए. और मैं आपको 10,000 लोग बताता हूँ सुबह शाम सिगरेट खत्म हो कुछ नहीं होता है. And you will say, बात तो सच्ची है. So you slowly get, because it's a majority. आज का जो सेशन ले रहे हैं, ऐसे सेशन कितने लोग करते होंगे, कितने लोग अटेंड करने आएंगे? चंद लोग, बट गरबा पार्टी करो, यहाँ पर वो क्या नाम है उसका, सनी लियोन को बुला लो, कितने बरोडियंस आएंगे, यहां से लेके एयरपोर्ट तक की लाइन लगेगी. यस और नो? But I hope you will always stay in the minority. Remember, you are the salt and the light of the world. मम्मी जब भिंडी बनाती है, 1 किलो भिंडी बनाती है, तो 1 किलो नमक डालती है. नमक कितना होता है? चुटकी भर होता है. सो माइनॉरिटी में रहोगे, बहुत तकलीफ पड़ेगी, बट ये माइनॉरिटी सब्जी में स्वाद देती है. वेरी डिफिकल्ट. तो ईगल सांप को कहाँ मारती है? आकाश में. When you want to influence, that's a great thought, beta. You influence them by taking them out of that. That's right. Very difficult. People don't resist change; they resist being changed. Okay, chalo. Are you enjoying? Are you understanding few things? Yes, no? Some of you are doing like this. Some of you are doing like this. तो इसका मतलब yes, इसका मतलब no, इसका मतलब बहुत हो गया. 12 मिनट हो गए. Okay, but let me just complete this. Okay, let me not talk about this. When we meet next time, we will talk about how do you build sustained success. Do you want success or do you want sustained success? What do leaders do? What do leaders do? One-time success or long-term success? And success की definition हमने सीखी. It is pursuit of something which is worthy, and it is a progressive realization of what is worthy. Yes or no? Next time अगर आप आओगे, we will focus upon 3 things: the context, the cause, and the condition. इसमें से कोई भी चीज आपको गूगल प्रोफेसर नहीं बताएगा. Questions? आप में से जिन लोगों के पास मेरा फोन नंबर नहीं है, let me share my number to you. And before I do that, let me, my last input to you, leaders do this. What Mahatma Gandhi said on the last page of his autobiography. पढ़ो क्या लिखा है? क्या मतलब होता है? Humility. That's a good answer. आकाश, thank you. But बताओ क्या होता है इसका मतलब? इसका मतलब होता है मैं अपने आप को हर दिन खाली करूं ताकि नया कुछ सीख सकूं. This is also called the beginner's mindset. A leader has a beginner's mindset. A leader does 3 things. He or she learns, they unlearn, and they relearn. Right? So make sure this is on the last page of the autobiography of the father of a nation. पढ़िए आपने? पढ़िए. बहुत अच्छी नहीं पढ़िए तो डाउनलोड करो, पढ़ो. Okay, so for those of you who may not have my number, these are my contact details. Please don't call me. Message. I will reply you. That's my promise to you. But आप मुझे ऐसा मत बोलना, आनंद, call me. If Bilal says, because I have his number saved, so I will know. If Seemaji says, I will know. But if I don't have your number saved, I would request you to introduce yourself, and then I will. Then you can ask with Ashish and others. I do respond, but sometimes it's not possible to respond. Sometimes it takes time, and then like Akash and me, we were having the mentorship discussion pending for 3 years, maybe more. Then one of these days I was in Baroda. मैं बोलूँ सूरत जाऊँ छू. And then I traveled with him to Surat. I drove. He was there with me, and that 2-3 hours we had a nice discussion.
And tomorrow also you are going?
Today I'm going. I have not brought my car, so I'm going by Volvo. If you want to come. At night, around 4 o'clock. Tomorrow I'm in Surat for some hours. His mother is also a great friend. She is a wonderful lady. Last word, उसकी मम्मी से एक सेंटेंस याद आया. Leaders are बोलो, are warriors. They are not warriors. Leaders are warriors.